Hello?
Why aren't you at work today?
I'm not feeling well. I called the office and asked Shirley to tell you this.
Not feeling well.
The call. This captured so deeply for me a commentary on the anxiety and the paranoia and the constantly waiting by our phones or our computers to amalgamate into this dread of work driven by capitalistic mentalities. Very much the worker as the slave to jobs and to corporate culture, bound by the clock, constantly ticking, ever present, by fear, by the attempts of others to try to step over you to get ahead, which is a very capitalistic ideation. And it just held me in great suspense and tension because I could relate, but I could also, the black and white was a little distancing. Like, it's from the past, it's not here and now. But I had to like release my palms because I was gripping so tightly up until that final release of the final moment, which is equally as haunting. I thought that twist was brilliant. I didn't know where it was going, which is also really nice because usually I can call things out. But for this one, I knew that there was going to be something at the end to reveal another layer to it lurking underneath, but I was very satisfied with what was chosen. Great acting as well.
The call, this was so interesting. I liked the urgency and the kind of the animosity they were able to get across with just the phone part, because obviously you see him and you see all of his reactions and you see his kind of tone, like his body language and how he's physically reacting and how he's feeling. You can read all of that on him, but you don't get anything else like that from the phone call because it's obviously just this voice. So they were able to get a lot of emotion across in the phone call, and it was obviously like it worked well and like the reactions were appropriate with what you were seeing in him. So that was really well done because I think a one-sided phone call is kind of hard to do, especially because you're so stagnant, like you're stuck in this one place, you're stuck in this one room. So to keep it like really interesting and to keep the audience really engaged is really impressive, and they were able to do that. And then at the very end, the kind of slow pan and you kind of like you get this big reveal. I thought that was really done well. But like I said, just like the thing I liked most was just the amount of emotion that they were able to not only get across, but also that he was feeling and he could get across. I thought was really well done.
This is regarding the alternative short, The Call. I thoroughly enjoyed watching this. It had sort of a Twilight Zone feel for me, and I love the Twilight Zone. Just great camera shots throughout. Really well acted, and I liked the script a lot. I thought it was like the guilt we feel in corporate America when we take a day off and feel like we have to sit and work all day anyway or be by the phone. That was sort of what I had, the take I had, and this guy was literally going a little bit crazy because the phone wasn't even plugged in. It was really well done. I liked this a lot. And now I'm wondering if the actor who did the voiceover was the same actor, actually. I didn't think that until just now. Maybe that it was. Either way, really well acted on both the guy in the room and the guy in the phone. Just with one location like that and this type of thing, I think, you know, the acting is just, it's key. So really well done there. It made me laugh because, you know, the guilt we feel in corporate America, even taking a sick day, it just rang true. And it just, you know, with it not even being plugged in and how he was kind of driven to insanity there. Great sounds with the clock ticking and the phone, and I liked the music and the black and white. Just everything set a really great tone, and the costumes and Just the way it was shot was really well done. So really good job, you guys.
All right, I just finished watching The Call, which I thought was a very interesting piece. It had like a sort of classic noir feel to it. Obviously, the black and white aesthetic reminds you a little bit of sort of Twilight Zone or sort of early 1940s type Dick Tracy noir concepts. I thought the lead actor really sort of captured a sort of sense of craze that really worked well. He had to carry the entire piece. He was the a central figure in the piece. I'm not sure if it's both people acting and on the voice, but I know that since the phone was not connected, I think there was a sort of a thematic overlap in terms of whether or not everything was all in his head and he was going crazy. But I thought that the backdrop of calling off of work and not wanting to come in and feeling all the pressures and anxieties of still feeling like you're always on the clock and that you're more tied to your job than you are to your own personality. I thought really worked well for the piece, especially in a short amount of time. And since one person had to carry the entire episode, so I ended up enjoying it. I thought it was well acted, well shot. It kept a level of suspense and intrigue right to its closing, and I felt like it worked well in having the ending sort of change how you perceived the rest of the piece once you got there. So I enjoyed it, and I thought it was well done.
So it's a really good movie. I really liked the whole Twilight Zone feel to it. You know, I like the black and white, and you know, I like the twist at the end. So it was pretty cool. I really, yeah, the both the actors involved did a great job, both on camera and the off camera one. And yeah, it was an interesting story, interesting premise, and yeah, I like how you kind of like really get onto this guy's side, you know, hoping things will work out for him at his job. And at the end, it just turns out to be this endless cycle of crazy, you know, which is a metaphor for workplace anyway. So there you go. But yeah, it was a good idea, good script, you know, well directed, well edited, well acted, looked great. So yeah, great job on this. And I hope it goes far for you.
It's almost as if we've been transported to a Twilight Zone universe, hell bent on us in the workspace, despite us recognizing we need to take some time off. This dives into the scrutiny of workplaces, have you as their desk jockey versus being a human. And you see the conflicting emotions. He's given himself to this company since he was interning for them. And the voice on the phone reminds me of Ghostface. And during the call, the music score only emphasizes the tension building between him and his boss. And this shows the exploitation of what your workplace has over you. And here, this person simply just wants to take a sick day, but his livelihood, everything he's worked for, is threatened. He spent all day working for them to only be kind of tossed away in a matter of moments. And it shows how the workplace takes advantage of their employees, guilting them to only just be so easily to be rid of them. It drives you mad. Yeah, like what happened to this character, literally. This modern take is certainly nostalgic to the original series, all the way down to the close-up of the ticking clock and the last follow track to reveal that the phone line has been cut all along.